A new poll this week from the Public Religion Research Institute found that between 15 and 20% of Americans as a whole believe at least one core tenet of the Q conspiracy craziness. And it gets worse when you break it down by party affiliation, because nearly 1/3 of Republicans, almost 1/3 of Republicans, believe in the Q people. Here's how it breaks down. 28% of Republicans agree that, quote, there is a storm coming soon that will sweep away the elites in power and restore the rightful leaders. And that because things have gotten so far off track, true American patriots may have to resort to violence in order to save our country. 28% of Republicans agree with that. I don't even know. And let's get to the weirder stuff here. 23% of Republicans agreed that, quote, the government, media, and financial worlds in the U.S. are controlled by a group of Satan-worshipping pedophiles who run a global sex trafficking operation. Okay, so it's terrifying that 28% of Republicans agree that, hey, we may have to take up arms, but 23% believe there is some kind of Satan-worshipping cabal of pedophiles that literally just run everything on the planet. Like, no. 23% believe this? Almost a quarter of Republicans are like, oh, no, that's a real thing? What this poll should have said, what the headline should have been, was that almost a third of Republicans are totally batshit crazy. That's what this headline should have been, because that's what this proves. This is utter insanity. So where is the insanity coming from? I'm glad you asked, because it's coming from the most obvious and predictable places. The poll found that people who regularly consume right-wing news, Fox News, Newsmax, and One America News are 9 times more likely to believe in this crazy crap. 9 times more likely if you consume news from any of those 3 outlets on a regular basis. The Republican Party cannot and should not and does not deserve to be saved at this point. This party needs to go by the wayside, and fast. Because these are dangerous ideologies, okay? This isn't just like a political party that still says, oh no, tax cuts for the wealthy trickle down. That's stupid. And stupid we can handle. Stupid, in many instances, can be undone. Crazy, on the other hand, that's a whole different animal. You're getting into, psychology and neuroscience at this point on how to deprogram these individuals and get them to stop believing in the crazy crap. This isn't something that, like, trickle down, when people see it fail enough times, they start to say, you know what? I don't believe this anymore. Because that's where we're at, even with Republicans. Like, no, that doesn't work. But this stuff, you can't disprove a negative, right? So even though this isn't real, you can't prove that it's not real because it's not real. And any evidence you present is just going to be thrown out as, that's deep state propaganda. These individuals have to be deprogrammed. And I don't know how to do it. That's not my area of expertise by any stretch of the imagination, but it has to happen because this is dangerous. When 28% of people from one political party say, yep, I might have to grab my gun and head to D.C., that's a terrifying thought for both parties. So that's where we're at today. Almost a third of Republicans completely insane, and the problem is only getting worse. Thanks for watching, and if you like what you saw, don't forget to like, comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe to our Ring of Fire channel here.